It's Gamer Dude back once again to bring you some more New Game Plus God of War content. Today we are going to be picking up right where we left off from the last stream. I'm sorry it's been a few days, but I had company yesterday and I was busy the day before, so I've just been uploading my Spider-Man videos. Do check those out as well if you get a chance. I'll put them all in a playlist. Before we begin, I want to give everyone a huge shout out. I want to thank you all so much. We're up to 680 subscribers now, so thank you so much. What I want to talk about today is God of War having a new update. It's got update 1.32 and it apparently fixes a few bugs and glitches and whatnot that New Game Plus brought along with it. New Game Plus was essentially a brand new game. It was it's exactly the same to the original story, but everything in it is completely different, like all the new armors and such and whatnot. And apparently since it was released there's been a lot of crashing and glitches and whatnot, but I'll get into that in detail as I'm playing through. So first of all, as we know, they've released the update. I did try doing this stream last night.
We were hunting deer. Now we fought dark elves, trolls, and ogres.
Yeah, I tried doing this stream last night, but I could not for the life of me actually get the stream to work.
We win because we are determined, disciplined.
I couldn't get it to update. It would not update.
Sure, I know. Be strong, you know?
Yes, I know.
Yeah, every time I tried updating it, it just said update failed, update failed, update failed. And it wasn't until that I've come back on it today that the updates actually allowed me to do it, after still failing a couple of times. So, according to the official God of War 3 changelog, 1.32 is the new update that fixes some minor bugs, just basically of lag and anything that wasn't supposed to be there. Personally, I found no problems. Personally, I found no problems with the New Game Plus. I've had no glitches. At least not what most people have been describing with them. There's a lot of people saying, oh, the glitches have been that Atreus has been falling through the floor or Kratos has been flying through midair. But I haven't had that problem with the New Game Plus. Let me know in the comments if you guys have. I would like to know if the update has affected you or if it's helped you in any way.
That crystal, I shot it once, but it's glowing again.
So the new update, it apparently performs new stability, new performance enhancements, and it improves the general gameplay. As we know, they did drop the New Game Plus. I think it was last week now. It was on the 20th. And they've only done that because the fans were just egging for it. They were nagging all the developers for it. So that's the reason I'm thinking that it wasn't without its flaws. So, as I was saying, unfortunately with the release of the New Game Plus, many players were experiencing issues. I'm going to go into detail on these issues now. So, it apparently fixes crashing and freezing issues. Once again, I haven't had this problem since starting the game. Also fixes a couple of lag issues that the game was apparently having. Again, I never experienced those. To the performance and stability, it has improved that as well. Blazon, what is up? Thank you for tuning in, appreciate it. Ah, so you're practically just about to finish the main story again then. I've just been getting into detail about this new update that God of War's just gotten, fixing all the bugs and issues that New Game Plus had. Just bear with me, I think there's a bit of an interruption in the broadcast at the minute. Just sorting this out. Hold on a sec, folks. There we go. I know, I'm super psyched for Spider-Man. I have another video on the way tonight, so be sure to check that out as well, Blazing. Oh, so you duplicate. Damn. Oh, need another resurrection stone now. Yeah, I'm on the journey path where you have to go to Tyr's Temple now. But I haven't bothered with any of the Valkyries yet.
We gotta find a way to lower that bridge. That has to be the way out of here.
Another one here.
This one's called Ymir. Mother tried to tell me this one, but I think I was too young. Are giants coming out of his armpits? I think that might be it.
So did you find, whilst you were playing the New Game Plus, Blazing, did you find any problems with the initial game? Was it crashing? Was it freezing? Was Atreus falling through the floor? Was Kratos getting stuck? We're having to reset the game at all. As apparently that's what this update's fixing. Or should I say fixed.
Got it. Oh, guess not. Now it's stuck on the other side. I will never get tired of shattering things with this. Nightmare!
Don't have the health to take these on directly, so I'm just raging them all. I honestly forgot you could do that. I mean, to be fair, even though I didn't have any problems with the initial game, I'm still finding that it is somewhat smoother to play.
Huh. Neat.
See, I haven't got that far yet, so I'm assuming that must do it at, it must have done it at certain points in the game, like later on in the game. Like the earlier part of the game might be alright, but the later versions of the game, like later levels, might have been slightly damaged by the update. I think I've well and truly cocked this up. I need to get up there. Ah yeah, that's how we do it. Oh no way! If you've got all that, then your character must be super dope right now.
Atreus, to me.
I mean, I'm wearing some of the new armor. And as soon as I put on that new armor, my character's level jumped. I was at the bottom of level 7, then I jumped all the way up to, halfway up to level 8. And that was even before I put all my extra perks on it. I think the piece of new armor that I'm wearing is the gauntlets. I've also got on one of the new
We must be near the top.
what's it called? Sockets, that's it. One of the new sockets. I've got on one of the new talismans.
Not long now, Mom.
See, I'm at the point where I'm about to get the head.
So close now.
Your quiver.
Strap broke when we fought the dragon. It's alright. I can hold it.
Stop.
I love the realism of this, like you're walking through the snow and the snow leaves imprints as you're walking through it. And you can go back and those imprints are actually still there.
Broken quiver will slow your draw. Pain we endure. Faulty weaponry we do not. This will do for now. Good?
Good.
Go. Steady, boy. Mind your footing. Ready yourself, boy.
Another one down!
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you can even see the detail on the mist armor. The mist armor actually has that sort of misty vibe to it. And what the hell is Atreus doing?
did okay. Yeah?
You have potential, boy.
Coming from Kratos, I think that's meant to be a compliment. No, I don't have that yet. I don't have the New Game Plus version of it anyway. The Armour of the Traveller on New Game Plus is awesome as well. I was wearing that for a little bit. And the New Game Plus version of the Armour of the Traveller is absolutely amazing. It's like you can be in a crowd of enemies, get hit about 20,000 times and your health bar barely touches the bottom.
There must be some way.
Well, that's not fun. I just cut that off and I can't even go that way.
You hear those voices too, right?
Yes. Be silent.
Mimir.
That sounds like the same man who came to our house. You said you killed him.
Shh. Got company this night. Must be important if the sons of Thor deign to grace me with their presence. Tell me, you two still tripping over yourselves to impress Daddy?
The tattooed man. Tracks show he now travels with a child. Where would they go next?
Why would I know that?
You the smartest man alive, aren't you?
Smarter than all the dead ones, too.
You help me, I help you. Tell me where they are, and I'll talk to Odin.
Your father won't let me go, Baldur, and he won't let you kill me. You have nothing to offer me, so take your questions, take your threats, take these two worthless wankers, and piss off!
Worthless wankers and piss off. I love that
No
line.
one's looking. We'll be back for your other eye.
Don't you forget.
We really are, aren't we?
I couldn't agree more though, Blazing. This part of the game is absolutely fantastic. Mohammed Salah, thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate the view. It is an extraordinary game. Next to Spider-Man PS4 coming out in just a week, I think this is probably going to be one of the best games of the year. Spider-Man is going to top it in sales, but I don't think it'll be as good as this graphically or story-wise. And that's painful to say.
Conversation. A tattooed man traveling with a child.
We took that path. Make sure we're all alone.
But we just saw them leave.
Do as I say.
Damn, those stats are crazy, Blazing. To be fair, my stats have shot straight up. My stats were
Keep it that way.
before were at like 100 and odd,
Who are you?
maybe
Me?
below
I'm the
100.
greatest ambassador
And now they're all
to the
above 100.
gods, the giants, and all the creatures of the Nine Realms.
Oh yeah,
Every
I pre-ordered
corner of
Spider-Man
these lands,
ages
every
ago,
wine was
Mohammed.
spoken, every war waged, every
There was a
deal
problem with my pre-order
struck.
though.
Call me
I
Mimir.
pre-ordered the
Smartest
major
man alive.
collector's edition that came with everything, the statue and whatnot.
Every question.
And the company I ordered it from says,
Why
well,
does the son of
about
Odin hunt us?
a month ago now, they says, oh, you can't have it now, there's none left. So they're
Okay,
sending
there
me
are
the
a few
standard
gaps in
game
my
instead.
knowledge.
Disappointed,
Odin's
but at
happy
least I'm still
doesn't
getting the
care for
game.
109 winters. I'm a clever lad. I can piece it together. Promise. Just given time.
Nobody there, just like I said.
The boy's mother is dead. She wished her...
She wanted us to spread her ashes on the highest peak in all the realms.
Oh, then you've come to the wrong place, little brother. The highest peak in all the realms is not here in Midgard. It's in Jotunheim, realm of the giants.
No!
That could not be what she meant.
How did you manage to get the deluxe edition? It is completely sold out where I am.
This is the last known bridge to Jotunheim in all the realms. See that mountain? Looks like a giant's fingers scraping the sky. That's the highest peak in all the realms. No here.
Can't we just take that bridge? We have a Bifrost.
When the giants destroyed all other bridges to their realm, they locked this one up with a secret rune. If it still exists, only a giant would know it.
And all of them left Midgard a long time ago.
True. But today, the winds of fate have kicked up a strange vortex of coincidence. Fact is, There's only one person
if you platinum the game, it is still very much worth playing through again.
My schedule's
Especially on New Game Plus, it is a completely different game. I mean, Blazing can tell you how different it is because he's also playing it on his channel.
Going to Jotunheim, right?
So do check out his channel as well if you get a chance.
It's the one place the man who cannot be killed won't follow you.
What do we do?
Yes!
First, you need to cut off my head.
Wait, what?
Odin made sure that no weapon, not even Thor's hammer, could free my body from these bonds. But fortunately, you don't need my body. The trick is, we need to find someone who can reanimate my head using the old magic.
Old magic. There's a witch of the woods. She knows the old ways.
And she'll help. She might do worth a try.
But if she fails, he will be dead.
He tortures me, you know. Every day, brother. Odin himself sees to it personally, and believe me.
On my previous playthrough, I killed all but one of the Valkyries, and it was in Muspelheim, the Mist Realm. I was grinding it constantly to try and get the Mist Armor, but I was missing one piece of Mist Armor, and I couldn't for the life of me finish that Valkyrie off. Always, the Mist always got me right at the end. I've got all the Valkyrie gear, though.
Brother, in case you can't resurrect me, there's something you need to know. Boy, the longer you wait to tell him his true nature, the more damage you do. He will resent you, and you may lose him forever.
There is much about me I would not have him know.
So you value your privacy more than...
I'm seeing a golden opportunity here. What's an appropriate face for cutting someone's head off, do you think, guys? I'm gonna go with that one. I can't believe they actually did put this in the game. It's actually super hilarious. I've had many hilarious moments out of this in the game.
And your son.
I'm going to cut off your head now.
Fair enough.
Tonka Tonk, indeed it is super hilarious. I love how you can just pause it mid cutscene and do that now. It is super hilarious.
Yuna! We're going to Yuna! We're going to find the long-lost realm of the giants. That's...
Inconvenient.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say.
Inconvenient.
Soon we'll be able to translate those Muspelheim runes.
57 tries. Fuck. To be fair, defeating the standard Valkyries, it takes you a hell of a long time.
Way to the witch's house.
Yes, the woods with the blood-red leaves, south of the lake. I know just where to go. Hope she made it back from Alfheim and can visit
I think Mimir is related to the giants, Blazing, but I don't think he's actually giant. I don't think he's part giant. I think he's something like cousins or something. He's more closely related to the people in Asgard than he is of Jotunheim. For the New Game Plus, I dropped it down a difficulty. This is the one just before Give Me God of War. On my original playthrough, I put it on Give Me God of War difficulty. So if it's taken that long to defeat the Valkyrie Queen for you guys on the standard playthrough, imagine how it's going to be for me playing it on this difficulty. Alright, there's a raven around here somewhere. Yeah, I'll get him later. Yeah, if you're on the lowest level difficulty, you're gonna beat the Valkyries like the snap of your finger. You're gonna beat them like the nothing. $57 tries to give me God of War. Damn. Damn.
Look at this place. This must be a branch of the World Tree.
Boy, stay on the path.
Right, I know.
Did anyone do this on their playthrough?
That came to our house. The Acer guy, Baldur. And you fought him, and won.
Yes.
One of Odin's sons, Thor's brother. And now he's hunting us with his nephews. Why is this happening?
If we can raise the head, you can ask him.
Didn't you say, Blazon, that there was a secondary Valkyrie queen that you fought the Witch of the Forest?
You can find a giant somewhere in that mountain. I guess they really did leave Midgard, except for the serpent. Maybe the last of his kind. Are you the last of your kind too? Is that why you don't like to talk about
My kind?
I mean, your family. Before Mother. Where you came from. Mother, father?
No,
Kill them
it's
both.
not the time for that.
Yes, sir.
Oh, if you guys are interested as well, do check out the PlayStation Store in September because God of War 3 is free for download. That's right, God of War 3 is free for download on PlayStation Store in September. And it's the remastered one as well. God of War 3 is probably the best of the franchise. Next to this one, that is.
I'm on a fucking break. Don't hear me screeching at you whenever you're twiddling your short and curlies.
Leave him, boy.
No, Brad. Well, you already soiled my solitude, so you may as well join me.
You're not hungry.
Good. It's not what I was offering.
Saw your brother again.
Congratulations. And I'm sure you'll let him go and roger my axe good and plenty again. Let's see the damage. Little canker throat wouldn't know proper weight and balance if it were dangling off his chut. You eating well enough?
I guess.
Good.
See, I quite liked the PSP version of God of War as well, the Chains of Olympus, because it sort of told a story that happened between God of War 2 and 3.
Now what the fuck else you want?
Because there was kind of a missing link after the second game.
So wrapped up in his work, Sentry hasn't the sense to sip or sup. And if he does remember, good luck getting him to believe me. Guess I got all the stomach in the family. Along with the smarts.
You miss him.
What, that spit-fister? What do you
Yeah, they did this God of War. It's been described as sort of, and this is a direct quote as well. It's been described as a soft reboot, but basically meaning it opens like a whole new world for the God of War franchise.
What'll it be, Shorty? You think what you want?
Damn, I'm so poor on this game. I can't afford crap.
Always a pleasure. Now fuck right along.
It's free for PlayStation Plus users. I'm not sure what's on the Xbox Store this month. Next month, should I say, September. But if you're playing it on PlayStation 4, it is well worth downloading because it's the fully remastered version.
First we need to find a boat.
capture the witch from here.
That way, behind the big statue of Thor.
No, Blazing, this is one you have to download from PlayStation Store, PlayStation Plus. And if your PlayStation Plus runs out, I'm sure all of you know you can't use the game.
With Mother. She could fight, couldn't she?
Yes, she fought beautifully.
Oh no, definitely not. It's definitely not going to be the last God of War game we see. Kratos' voice in the original games was definitely something to be admired.
Shipwreck.
Well, yeah.
In this game, it swapped over to Christopher Judge, because if I'm not mistaken, I think the original voice actor for Kratos did sadly pass away.
The world serpent's even over here. I told you he's big. So, know any good stories to pass the time?
What kind of story?
I don't know.
I am seriously looking forward to Mimiya's stories whilst I'm on this lake.
When you were a boy?
There was a man I knew long ago. His stories were brief and purposeful.
Sounds fun. Do you remember any?
There was one that concerned a hare and a tortoise.
Like the witch's house?
Unlikely.
So what happens?
They wager on a race between them. The hare is too confident of victory and foolish, while the tortoise is
did anybody else that's currently watching now have any problems with the New Game Plus?
Haven't told a lot of stories, have you?
If you played it, that is. Because this new update, 1.32, it's apparently fixed a lot of bugs. So glitches, freezing, crashing and whatnot. I'm just curious to know if anyone else had those problems while playing it, because I really didn't. I mean, I've got to this point so far, and even before the update, there was no crashing, no freezing. It was still quite fluent, and it just felt like I was playing the actual story mode. Yeah, they only mixed in the Greek mythology as well, because it was actually going to be originally set in ancient Greece. They were going to bring in the Egyptians and whatnot.
We go to the storeroom to collect anything useful for our journey.
But they
more about the dwarf.
They decided against that and just went with the whole Norse mythology with Thor and Asgard and whatnot. Which I can't really blame them for, because it opens up the franchise for more possibilities. Yeah, it's the storyboard in Helheim, Blazon. It's, if I remember correctly, it shows Kratos' homeland, so it shows the Spartan symbol, so the God of War symbol. It shows the ancient Greek symbol, it shows some kind of horse's head, I'm not sure what that one symbolises. It shows Norse, and any others. I know there's quite a few symbols on that mural, but I'm just not sure where they all come from.
Have you made it out of Fafnir's storeroom yet? Where shall we begin?
Well, if you don't need it, don't buy it.
I hear a raven. There you are, you little bugger. And is it just me, or is it so much easier in New Game Plus to find the ravens? They sort of noise that they give off, the tingling noise that they give off, seems a lot louder in the New Game Plus than it did in the original game. Or is that just me? Mohammed, given that this God of War came out only this year,
They must have gotten here first.
I am guessing that the next God of War will probably be 2 years' time, maybe. I hear another raven. See, as I said, it seems so much easier to find them. Yeah, it does, right? It does seem like they refined the sound quite a lot. I mean, maybe it was something that they wanted to do for the original story mode, but they never got the chance to. Oh, damn it. So I'll reply to comments in just a moment. I think that was a bit overkill. Okay, so just responding to a few comments now.
There's something up there.
Yeah, I think you're about right there, Blazon. It does also depend on the production and development as well. It depends if they can get Christopher Judge back in to do one straight away as well. He has said that he's all for doing another one, but it does depend on conflicting schedules. After doing this game, he has become incredibly popular back in the world of acting as well, so live action stuff. As the last live action movie he was actually in was Batman: The Dark Knight Rises, and that was years ago now. And obviously, if you like Stargate, he's well known for his role as Teal'c in Stargate. Yes, I do as well.
Find another entrance.
I made a video a few months back about it being a possible DLC. Obviously, I was wrong because they're not doing any DLCs for the game. But I thought at the time that because we had 4 realms that were locked, including Jotunheim,
Atreus, here.
that we were actually going to go to Asgard. You know, but maybe just even in the sort of Bifrost room where Heimdall is or something. I was actually also very, very disappointed in Jotunheim, the fact that you only got to go there once, really. You spend the entire game trying to get there, and you go there once, and then it's locked for the remainder of the game. Yeah, he does. Blazon is referring to the fact that the gods of Midgard don't like other gods from other realms sort of marking their territory, shall we say. And that's exactly what Kratos is doing. Is come from his own homeland in Sparta, and is basically overtaking their realm, and they're feeling sort of, I don't know, I think the best word to use is insulted. Oops. So anyway, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in at this point. I really do appreciate the support. While we're at it, can we do a quick like spike? I would appreciate a like on the video. I hear a raven. Where are you, you little bastard? Ah. Way more ravens at this point than I did have in my original playthrough.
Here, boy.
Hey, it's another treasure map.
Exactly right. I mean, he comes from a strange land. He's come to Earth basically to do the equivalent of our retirement. And when shit hits the fan, he takes out 3 of Midgard's main gods. Just like they were nothing. He's even going into the other realms in that sort of universe and taking out their best guys. Your head is gone.
Just some stupid pots and Draugr. No magical treasure and no what stuff.
Keep your expectations low, boy, and you will never be disappointed.
Oh no! It would be so entertaining, right? If in the next game you get to kill Odin, like you chop his head off with Kratos' axe, or you split him in half with the Blades of Chaos, and you just then sit on Odin's throne, and Kratos like wipes off the blood from his chest or something and goes something like, "I could get comfortable here," or "Somehow I feel comfortable here."
They caught you off guard.
I wasn't expecting them.
Exactly.
Mohammed, yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate that. I'll sub back to you as well. I always sub back to new subscribers. That does mean a lot as well, so thank you. I really do appreciate that. I think there's still so much we don't know about Loki's backstory. It's like maybe that mural was true. Maybe Odin does kill Kratos in the next game, and Odin adopts Loki. So maybe it'll go down that sort of arc. Yeah, maybe like Odin erases his memory from his past in childhood, and the game sort of bases on him retrieving his lost memories, and then he evidently would kill Odin for killing Kratos. Uh-oh. Oh, damn it. I believe two of these weakest drawers literally killed me. Wow, they did not want to die.
There's nothing but poison in this one, and the stupid bird statue.
And useful resources. The main reason we are here, boy. However, many of these chests have been emptied.
Probably by the Reavers. I hope they didn't take Sindri's whetstone.
Exactly right. Because the magic in the game has that sort of effect on erasing memories. That's what I was just going into detail about. Like, Odin may very well kill Kratos. That could be what happens in the mural, you know. Atreus is losing his memories of Kratos while holding him in his arms or something. And he could get given Kratos' axe. And he's always wondered where it comes from, but Odin won't tell him, and then
Remember what I told you about
obviously he'll go back and want to get his memories back, and then Atreus will get his memories back towards the end of the game and feel pissed at Odin and kill Odin for killing Kratos. Oh, I hate these witches. Well, that's a bonus. Didn't take any hits there. Exactly. I really fucking hate that about the witches. You throw your axe and every time you do, they teleport away. And when you first do the playthrough, it's really annoying as well because you don't have the Blades of Chaos, and you basically just got to take them on hand to hand and you got obliterated.
Here we go.
Why should I go to them when my axe can go to that?
I was ready for them this time.
I saw.
So I should keep my expectations low.
Nah, they won't fix it because it's not something to be patched. It's something they've done deliberately to make the game that much more challenging.
And always anticipate an attack.
Sure is a lot to remember.
I mean, as much as we all hate it, it does add that challenge to the game, which I really enjoy. Stuck on that bloody wall.
Still no whetstone. And only one room left. I know I shouldn't hope, but do you think we'll find it there?
No.
Yeah, you do have a point there, Blaze, and it would be nice if they did make them a little bit slower, just so your axe maybe could hit them. Maybe they teleport away while the axe is stuck in them, or something, I don't know. Just so you've actually got a fighting chance with them, really. Yeah, don't celebrate too quickly, Atreus. I remember the first time I did this room. This room is the worst of them all. As this spirit gets all pissed off that I want to steal his crap.
So, you back to piss on my corpse, you ungrateful little... Who are you two?
We're looking for a whetstone. Have you seen it?
Aye, there was one in this room. My son sharpened his dagger on it, right before stabbing me in the back.
What?
Little bastard thought it was his turn to lead my crew. I was hard on him, sure. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. I did the same thing to my dad when I was his age.
He killed his own father?
So that's a nice little hint to that mural at the end of the game. Atreus is shocked at the fact that someone would kill his own father, and yet Kratos at the end of the game sees that mural of basically what looks like Atreus killing his own father. Mine. In the face. In your face, disgrace. Even these nightmares are a pain in the ass. You launch your blades at them and they move out of the way. It's like the game does adapt to your fighting style.
I think I'm getting better at this.
That's true. I still do love the electric arrows regardless, because they slow down the enemies for you to actually take them down with your axe. That room wasn't nearly as hard as I remember, probably because of the gear that I'm wearing. Did I miss something in there? Have I missed something somewhere? Guess not. I swear I should be able to take that crystal out of there now.
Why would his son betray him like that? Kill his own father? Over some treasure? It seems so greedy.
Remember what I told you, boy. Assume nothing.
Well, sure. He didn't seem like a great father, but...
You only know half the story.
Yes.
Oh crap, I forgot that thing spawns after you finished in there. That's doing absolutely nothing. Ow, ow. I can't even call the axe back without getting hit. Deaded. So there's 1, 2, and 3.
What's that?
Yeah, that really does kind of suck as well. But again, I suppose it makes the game more interesting, makes it more challenging, which is a bonus. I'm actually just really enjoying playing it through again. Because I've forgotten a lot of features about the main story mode.
You didn't happen to find that Whetstone, perchance.
We found no whetstone. This dagger belongs to the Reaver who took it.
They took most of the good stuff.
Oh? Well, here, take this. In exchange for the dagger.
Ooh. What does this bad boy do? Activate while aiming to slow down. Oh, it's the slow down time one. It just doesn't. It doesn't have any sockets in it. Oh, I'm going to sacrifice a lot if I put that on. Because I've got the original Talisman of Betrayal as well. So the defense and cooldown, you got 4 and 6. 10 and 14, so it practically doubles the amount that you get with it. I'll come back to it. I'll probably equip it when I'm facing the Valkyries, if I'm honest. Just brief disruption at the minute, guys. I'm just getting a quick drink. While I'm at it, once again I want to thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to Mohammed for the subscribe as well, do appreciate that. I'm trying to go for a goal of 700 subs by the end of the year. So if you could help me out and share my channel, that would be so appreciated. I'd appreciate that so much. I always sub back to new subscribers. I'm a legitimate gamer. You won't find me uploading anything that's been modded. I don't do mods at all. Don't believe in them. I mean, yeah, if you're playing an older game and it's got cheat codes in it, fair enough, use those. But I do not believe in using mods in games whatsoever. So, if you like that sort of gaming, with a legitimate player who doesn't do mods, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Thank you. So getting back on track.
Quite interesting, and artless design, but the construction is sound. Where in the temple did you find this?
Oh, upgrade.
Oh. Oh.
He mentioned he was part of a large.
Oh, I can upgrade the Talisman of Betrayal.
Took the Whetstone?
Quite possibly. I know I've seen this design before.
It's great then, I'll upgrade that. Yeah, I'll keep upgrading that as I go through to try and get both sockets for it.
Be seeing ya.
Terry Wade, what's on the update? Hold on, bear with me a second because I've got it written down. Just find my sheet. The 1.32 update, according to posts on Reddit and posts from Santa Monica Studios, it fixes crashing and freezing issues in certain realms. It also fixes Atreus falling through the floor and Kratos getting stuck while climbing. It fixes some stuttering and lag issues, so I'm guessing again that's with Atreus falling through the floor and whatnot. It does also add various performance and stability improvements, so like for example when you used to run along like that it would lag a bit and just be a little bit behind. But yeah, that's about all they've improved on it so far. Blazing, I'm playing a number of different games until Spider-Man comes out. Mostly I'm playing my older Spider-Man games. And if you guys are interested as well, I am actually uploading cutscenes from all of my previous Spider-Man games that I own. There's 7 days left and I have 6 games left to do. So I'm going to be one short, but it doesn't matter because by the time I wake up on the Friday, the game will be here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. That's a reason again why I don't like mods blazing. Because it ruins everybody else's gaming experience. It's like if you're gonna do that, just stay in story mode. Mod the story mode. If you want to mod the story mode, I don't like it, but fair enough, do it because it doesn't affect anyone else's game. But if you're bringing those mods into online, then you're just messing up everyone else's gaming experience just so you can get ahead a little bit. Like, just what happened to legitimate gaming, you know?
Do we have time for another story?
A short one. There was a horse. The horse sought vengeance upon his enemy, the stag. But he could not kill the stag alone. The horse met a man, a hunter.
Exactly, Blazing, but like I said, that's like an in-game cheat code, so I'm alright with those. If you want to use the in-game cheats, then fair enough, they're programmed in for you to use. Like, the original Grand Theft Auto games, they had all the cheats in them, but they were programmed in so you could use them.
Had made a slave of him.
So getting revenge cost him his freedom. Hope it was worth it.
It was not.
Yeah, I love Kratos' stories as well. It basically tells stories from God of War Ascension up to God of War 3 while he's in this boat. And it is really interesting to hear back the story, especially if no one else has played the other games.
You wanna dock here? Hey look, a torch.
A torch is built with wood. That is a brazier.
A brazier. Looks like there's something written on it. Want me to read it? Kvekia.
Oh, these regenerating guys. Oh, I forgot they explode. Your shield does nothing when I can do that, dude. You weren't swimming.
Right?
Well fought, you.
Hey, it's another spirit.
Come.
You're dead?
You're very
Clearly.
perceptive and reckless. Take caution when lighting these braziers. Sather and Hellwalkers will swarm to the flames like moths. I assume we have you to thank for freeing us from a watery grave.
Yeah. Yeah, that does work too.
The Lake of Nine is full of...
I always forget that you can go hand to hand with it, because you've got two weapons, I forget you can go hand to hand.
We, lucky few, are stuck here in Midgard until our affairs are in order. Perhaps you can help them as well. We have no desire to help you, Spirit. Ah, but you already have. I only wished to see the sky again. Farewell.
It does, yeah, and there's actually a lot of talismans and whatnot
Let us not be distracted.
that you can add to yourself that will make you a lot more powerful in hand-to-hand combat rather than actual weapon combat. Oh, what help if I didn't drop my controller. Sorry guys. Right, what's this one do? For now I'm going to keep the Valkyrie one on because I want to get the New Game Plus version of it. That's not going to work, is it? I need to wait for the serpent to lower the water.
So, I guess we should keep an eye out for other spirits.
What did I say about distractions?
But it sounds like they needed help.
They are spirits, boy. Dead things. They have no needs, only wants.
It feels wrong to ignore them.
You will get over these feelings.
Mom would have wanted to help
You will
them.
get over
What
these
was that,
feelings.
boy?
Nothing.
I thought as much.
Got another story?
One more. There was a tale of a frog. His pond had dried up.
Oh, I love
So the
this
frog
story.
and his son left to find a new home. They found a well. The son saw the water and made to jump in, but the father stopped him. He saw the well was deep, and once inside they would not be able to escape if the water dried up again. Wisely, they moved on.
That's it?
Yes.
That's really not a story. If the son jumped in, it would be a story.
Then he would be trapped and starve while the father watched helplessly.
See? That's a story.
That's a callback story to God of War Ascension in one of the flashback scenes with his son. As a lot of people forget that Kratos had a family before Atreus and Freya.
I wonder if the world serpent even knows part of his body's lying over here.
I think Santa Monica Studios are working with Sony to try and actually get all of the previous God of Wars available on next-gen platforms, so I'm not sure if they're going to do cross-play with it, but I know they're trying to get them available to download on the PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, you won't be able to purchase them in disc form because they're going to be doing it digi-download, but I know they are working with them to sort out downloading the original games. Fully remastered as well. I know, right? It's like he asks.
I do not know.
He asks about the family and Kratos just brushes it off like he never actually had one. I think it's Kratos' way of saying, well, I've moved on. I'm done with that part of my life. You're my life now. There we go. This is what I was looking for. But even though Santa Monica Studios have said that this was basically a soft reboot, it brings with it all the gloriousness that the other God of Wars had. And if you go back and replay any of the previous God of Wars, fair enough, they're not the same as this. They don't have the open world feel that this one has. But I'm guessing they've given it open world this time around because of the modern generation of gaming that we live in today. But my point is, it still feels like you're playing one of the original God of War games.
What other stories have you got?
There was a young man who was caught stealing and condemned to die. Oh, we will finish that later.
Okay. Huh?
The water dropped.
And the serpent rose. Right.
Well, for Kratos, that with his other family from God of War Ascension, that would have happened about 600 years ago for him. I think he's meant to be like 1,000 years old in this game or something.
Head back to life.
She seems competent in her craft, and we have nothing to lose.
If she can't bring it back to life, can we keep the head?
No. But you may feed it to the fish.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think at that point he just wanted to tell Atreus about his origins. He didn't want to tell Atreus that he had another family. Because Atreus may have felt somewhat betrayed by it, which could have led to that mural actually coming to pass. Atreus might have got really pissed off at the fact that he had another family and didn't tell them. Headless.
It is over.
I bet this'll lead out. Hey, this does more than decipher those Muspelheim runes. It also contains the travel rune.
Kratos with Stormbreaker. That might actually happen in the next game, you know. Because in that secret cutscene right at the end when you go back to the house, it does actually look like Thor's holding Stormbreaker rather than Mimir.
Turn back Aesir.
Not Mimir, sorry, Mjolnir, that's it.
There he is! I hope he remembers us.
It is basically just frost instead of lightning. But if you look at the sword at the ending cutscene, it does actually look like it's a mixture of the two powers, lightning and frost.
Another marker.
Because there's been many different renditions of Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. The Marvel Universe just gets it wrong, completely wrong. They've just designed their own versions of it, really. So if you're all up on your mythology from the Marvel Universe, you're probably completely dead wrong about it.
How's it going, Charlie? Is your witch friend here?
What is that name?
What is that name? Yes, that's the callback.
What it sounded like in my head, anyway. Charlie.
That Charlie is callback to the first time God of War was showcased at E3. Because Atreus was actually going to be called Charlie. Couldn't imagine that, to be quite honest with you guys. Oh, where'd you come from? That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Can you read it?
Death to the Raven God, Lord of the Hang.
Yeah, exactly. Because when it was showcased at E3, everybody literally said, "What is that name?"
Another one of those sandals.
What does it say?
Thor, Odin,
Duncan, Hawk,
Heimdall, and
and
Hela are in the next one.
Some aloft and
Yes,
facing.
I would also like to see the Warriors 3 make an appearance. If you're into the Marvel stuff and you've seen the Warriors 3, that's probably one of the only things Marvel actually got right about it. Other than that, their rendition of Norse mythology is just completely made up and completely their own.
Want me to read this one?
Guess you can't do that till you've got the actual power.
Those runes on the rock.
They don't spell anything. It's gibberish.
Had to try it, right?
Father, she is here. It's so good to see you again. I knew you weren't dead.
Hello.
Oh, can you bring a head back to life?
I'm not sure I understand what... Wait. Where did you get those? The arrows. Give them to me, now.
They were a gift.
Do as she says, boy.
These arrows are dangerous. They're wicked. You find any more, you destroy them, understand? Do you understand? Say it!
Well, that wasn't very nice.
If I see them, I'll destroy them.
It's all I ask. Forgive me. Please, take my arrows in their place. I have no need for them anymore. Now, what's this about a head? Do you have any idea who this is? Did you kill him?
At his request. He claimed you could revive him.
Me? Are you sure you heard him right?
Please?
Take him to the table. Hey, Miller.
It's
been a long time since I've
it's not exactly true and it's not exactly false with the Norse and Greek mythology.
Let's have a look.
There may be some truth to it,
Thankfully, his head hasn't
but the
decayed much
entire
and his
truth has
brain
just
is
been
still
lost and
intact.
twisted so many times over history. There's that many different renditions of it. We don't know if there were actually gods like that. I mean, I'm not disputing there may have been some dude centuries ago called Odin,
Hold his head under
some
the
dude
water
called
and
Thor.
Don't let go.
But, you know, obviously they might not have had the powers that we've bestowed upon them over the many centuries that their stories have been twisted. It's like the whole story of King Arthur and Merlin.
That's enough.
It worked!
Let me see him.
Thus, we have the storytelling head.
Mimir? You there?
Yes.
Good.
Oh. Hello, Freya. Been a long time. You look well.
What I did for them. As far as I'm concerned, death suits you better.
I'd bow if I could, Your Majesty. Forgive me. Had I known the witch in the woods was Freya herself, I never would have suggested this.
Freya? The goddess Freya?
You didn't know either? Sorry.
When word gets out that Mimir is free, the wrath of Odin won't be far behind.
You are God.
Leader of the Vanir, once yes, but no longer.
You did not think it important to tell me.
Are you really going to lecture me about that?
We are big boy.
Speaking to a guy that kills gods for a living. It's basically Kratos' profession is that, killing gods.
Why did you do that?
We cannot trust her.
Because she's a god?
Have I taught you nothing, boy?
But she's helped us a lot.
She lied.
Some people value their privacy. Best not to judge, brother.
When I require your council head, I will ask.
Fair enough. Get me to Tyr's temple in the Lake of the Nine, and I'll get you to Jotunheim as promised.
We know the temple. What's there?
Only the last living giant in Midgard. Who better to tell us the way?
The world serpent? Wait, do you know how to talk to him?
Indeed. He speaks an obscure tongue more ancient even than these mountains. None are left in Midgard who speak it. Except, of course, for me.
You do?
It's
And,
true.
of course, we know now the only giant that's left is the world serpent.
Conversationalist.
Look here.
Another map. Great.
Loki must, Atreus, let's say, must be part everything in this game. I think that they've given Atreus that much of a backstory, it'd be a shame for him not to get his own game now.
I felt that one, brother.
Ready?
Well, I ran straight into that one. How did that teleport away? I thought that thing was dead.
Hey, I think I see another one of those bowls of sand up there that I drew the runes into. Not sure how we reach it. Father, look up there.
I know I'm probably doing this a bit prematurely, because I know we need that that power from Helheim. Exactly right. It's a bit weird to think that a dude that looks human, let's say, can impregnate a woman and she gives birth to a giant lizard. I mean, there's not a lot of premise in that, is there really? Giving birth to a giant lizard?
Boy.
Yes, sir.
Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Oh, he's up there. Back to it then, chaps.
Atreus, follow me.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Got distracted, you were standing still.
Let's go open that chest.
Maybe the World Serpent wasn't initially a serpent. Maybe he did something to Odin. Like Mimir's story tells that there was a big battle and he was sent back in time. So maybe he wasn't actually a serpent. Maybe Odin put some kind of curse on him, and the battle initially sent the serpent back in time, and he transformed into a serpent or something. I don't know. I'm just theorizing, but we know Odin's magic can change people. Exactly, yeah, the dragons were dwarfs beforehand, which is Odin's transformed them into dragons as sort of a punishment. So as I said, we know that Odin can transform people into creatures. You know, maybe he transformed Loki's son into a giant, into the World Serpent. And that resulting battle led to him travelling back in time. Either that or it's one of Loki's son's abilities, travelling through time. We just don't know that much about the serpent to speculate.
So, Mimir, why did Freya spit in your face?
No. Speak of Baldur. He claims nothing harms him.
Aye, Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
Boasting of a god. Everyone has a weakness.
Not him, I'm afraid. Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
You just said that, Mimir.
Did I?
What is the source of this power?
Well, as I recall, it involved, a spell?
Mimir?
Parts of my brain must still be coming back to life. Just need a moment to finish waking up.
Yeah, possibly Blazon, you could be right there. Could be a shapeshifter. Because as we've seen, Loki is actually a shapeshifter as well, but obviously later in his adult life.
Mimir, we're in the lake.
Perfect. Dock us near the bridge.
Yeah, I'm broken. Parts of my brain are still coming back to life. Parts of my brain are always coming back to life. I think I'm broken.
Mimir, you never did tell me why Freya spit in your face.
Enough. No stories. Not while on foot. Our focus is the road.
Completely understand.
Ed, how do we speak to the serpent?
There's a horn on a platform at the middle point of the bridge. Take me to it.
Finally, that horn.
Good. Now put my lips to the horn.
Mimir did have a spell put on him actually, didn't he? So he couldn't tell Baldur's weakness. And he's not even allowed to say that he's had a spell put on him. But I don't see how a chick, even a god chick, could spew that out of a pussy and still be fine after birth.
Why is he doing that?
Odin had that statue made in honor of Thor. And seeing as the world serpent absolutely abhors the fat dauber, he was probably sick of looking at it.
But doesn't that hurt?
Well, he and Thor have a bit of an unpleasant history between them. Or they will, anyway. So I guess waking up to see it was worse than the thought of lumps of solid stone passing through his gullet. You want me to ask him?
No. Our only concern is Jotunheim.
Yeah, that all controller's vibrating like crazy.
Alright, wish me luck.
You know, that vibrates the pad like crazy.
I've still got it, lads. He remembers me. Why you... Oh no, that's not right. Mokuno Huntunku. Eko no Tuno Funora. He knows the pain of your loss. He will help you.
This is a really crucial part of the story as well.
Nothing to be concerned about.
As it's where the serpent says he looks, that Loki, well Atreus should I say, looks familiar.
Listen closely now. We need two things to get us into the land of the giants. First, we need to learn the travel rune that opens realm travel to Jotunheim. Second, we need to carve that rune into the special gateway.
Is that one of the people who first met you?
Correct. Except the giants, in their infinite wisdom, saw to it that no ordinary chisel would do the job. Only the tip of a magical chisel opens that gate. Luckily, I know where it is, and it's not far.
It looks kind of...
I'm sensing another golden opportunity if the camera lets me. It's not going to. Restricted camera.
Mad for a moment.
Now that, you thought I said you were friends of Odin. Well, forgive me. I've never spoken the ancient tongue sober.
Wait, look! The water has dropped even further. You can see more of the realm towers and statues. I even see new places to explore along the shore.
Where is this chisel?
Find me a boat, and we'll go from there.
Alright, random scaps like for that. Yeah, that brings me to another one of my theories on God of War, actually. That the next game might not be a sequel to this. It could, in fact, be a prequel, where we learn of the origins of that whole mural. We learn of the origins of Atreus' mom,
I can read what this says,
mother.
but
We learn of
it's a name.
like what she's done, how she laid out their journey for them.
The name made it light up.
It's the name of one of the Valkyries. That's quite curious.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they do go down that road, because they've done it with Red Dead Redemption 2. We were all expecting a sequel to that game, and instead we got a prequel.
So when we get to the boat, we can either look for that special chisel now, or go exploring for a little while. I'm happy with whatever you want to do.
But see, I wouldn't be interested in that, because prequel games, in my eyes, they don't do very well in the eyes of the developers. They don't. Prequel games don't really receive that much feedback from players either. I've never really enjoyed a prequel game that I've played, if I'm honest. I much prefer, if they're gonna start a franchise, to just continue with the franchise rather than do a prequel for the franchise. It's like, well, if you're gonna make a prequel, why can't you have just done that game first? Handsome boy, I would love to do it on full screen, however my streaming doesn't allow me to do it on full screen. Boy, I don't know why.
Here. Yes, sir. Another map. Oh.
Let me just see if I can. Sorry about the delay, folks. Yeah, unfortunately I can't do it in full screen, it won't let me. I think this may be one of the dragons down here.
Favor to ask. Just a small favor, really. Do you remember the dagger you gave me?
The dagger stabbed into the Reaver's back? His own son killed him? Yeah, I haven't forgotten that one.
Well, I traced it to a group of Reavers that operate out of the Northree stronghold. I'd wager that's where they took their haul from Fafnir's storeroom, along with that whetstone that I could use to help you.
Steve and Charles, are you trying to start a joke in the chats there?
So, what brings you around?
Another treasure hunt. Pointless.
Well, not if Sindri really can make us better equipment with that whetstone. Plus, the Reaver's son. He murdered his father.
Keep the chain going, guys. Keep it coming with the knock jokes. You've invented a sport there, Stig and Charles.
Now, there is something else to tell you.
Oh, something else to tell me. What's that?
Once you retrieve the whetstone, please take utmost care while handling it. It is a priceless relic, after all.
Yeah, there is kind of a trend in the God of War franchise. It's like, minus God of War Ascension, it always seems like the father will kill the son, or the son will kill the father, sort of thing. Raven. Don't think I'm going to get it from over here. Nearly. Oh! Damn it, come on. I know I can get it. I know I can get it. So close. Ah, it's not gonna happen. So I want to thank everyone once again for tuning in. Do appreciate the support. If you could drop me a quick like on this video, that would be so appreciated. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I think this is the Court of the Valkyries actually, isn't it? It is, this is the Council of the Valkyries.
What is this place?
Ah, could it be? The Eight Thrones.
Stop being coy, Ed. Do you know this place or not?
I'm Mimir, the smartest man alive. I know many things.
Well, whatever this place is, it looks important.
To who? There is little of value here.
Except for this, which will get me back there when I beat them all. Ooh, I shall go back and check that out. Ah, yes. Cannot remember how to take out that crap there, though. I'm gonna need to come back later for it, actually.
I wish Mom were here.
No, you don't. We'll come back here later. Knowing Odin and his twisted ways in this universe, he probably did. Whee!
Once you retrieve the
I love
whetstone,
doing that.
please take utmost care while handling it. It is a priceless relic, after all.
So, if you are new to the channel and you are just tuning in, do not hesitate to drop me a subscribe, that would be appreciated, and don't forget to hit the notifications tab as well, so you don't miss any of my new content.
Mimir, you never did tell me why Freya spit in your face.
Well, she blames me in large measure for her present circumstances, and not totally without reason. It all goes back to the long war between the Aesir and Vanir. Prior to that, wars for the Aesir were... Precisely. Enough was enough. And at last, Odin's most brilliant advisor became
There's an
determined to
interruption
find
in
a
the
more
stream there,
enlightened
guys.
path. He set about to broker a peace between the gods. Took some convincing, but ultimately Odin was persuaded to marry his deadliest enemy, a certain Vanir goddess, legendary not only for her fertile beauty, but her genius at the very Vanir magic that Odin had long aspired to master.
Freya married Odin? What was in it for her?
It was a sacrifice to protect her people, a selfless act of love. Truly, she deserves better than she got. But of course, there's more to that story.
I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do this next part of the game, then I'm going to end the stream. I will at some point do a long play on this when I've got another week off work. Just I'm really enjoying this, catching up on any housework that I've missed out on. I've been slowly trying to repaint my place for about 6 months now, and I've just not had the chance because of work.
You want to be cheer?
This be another spirit.
You were taken from this realm too early. You who walks among the living, my beloved Gullveig calls to me. She yearns for peace, yet her remains lie in pieces. I beg of you, make my Gullveig whole again.
You want us to collect her bones? Gross.
Gullveig's Seidr magic knows no bounds. She can reunite you with those you've lost.
Really? How?
Boy, I can smell your grief, child.
Boy.
Rest assured, her magic is strong enough to create bridges between life and death, if only for a short while.
Boy, we are leaving.
They've taken 3 of sweet Gullveig's bones and spread them across the lake.
Gonna say, I saw you say lock up, and I was like, is he talking about wrestling there? Are we locking up for wrestling here?
Ah, good. The special chisel is ahead past this gate.
Ready yourself.
Where did that come from? Oh, painful. That was a waste of time being on top of that thing. Those flying creature thingies.
That was difficult.
Father, maybe we should look for those bones.
Why?
Didn't you hear him? We could talk to Mom again. If we keep an eye out
Look
while
if you wish, boy. I will not be distracted by this fool's errand.
Kratos really does hate helping those spirits until a bit later on in the game.
Chisel we seek. What is it?
I'm glad you asked, actually. I have just the story for you. There was a giant once named Thamur. A very giant, who, despite his mountainous size, was without question the greatest stonemason this world had ever seen. Proud Thamur hoped to one day pass his vast knowledge on to his son. But young Hrimthur had the heart of a warrior. Perhaps the father had too much fear in him, the son too little. Either way, a quarrel of theirs spiraled out of control, and the overworked stonemason, bonk, struck his son. Hrimthur ran off into the night. Feeling shame and regret, Thamur chased after his son, but in his emotional state soon found himself wandering Midgard, lost and alone. Sadly,
that's true, actually. I think I'd come back to the living world as a spirit and torture the living if that happened to me.
And what happened next?
You'll see.
Oh god, this is really bugging me now. Does anyone watching know how to make the screen full screen? Because I've tried everything and it won't let me do it.
You found the village?
Aye. When Thamur fell, he crushed a charming place famed for worshipping the Vanir god Njord. Though I always took credit for planning that one. The truth is, the sweaty ballbag just got lucky.
Dangerous beast. We will take him down together. Prepare yourself.
Ouch.
Tip of one, yes. A very, very giant.
Well, that was fun.
That big crystal on the giant's ring looks promising. Darn, that didn't seem to do anything.
Brother, looks like that crystal's brimming again.
That's what we want.
Oh, neat trick, lad.
Thanks. His idea.
I want to get as much as that scap slag as possible so I can get all the decent crap. I think we are going to get to the next save point here, folks, and call it for the stream. So I would like to
thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate the support. Appreciate the likes and comments. 137 comments, so thank you so much.
What happened to the survivors?
Oh, Thamur was a frost giant. When he died, his final breath froze everything.
We'll need something to get through this one.
Yoink. I love this part of the game because you've got that dead giant, and you can see how perfectly preserved he is. From back here you can actually see how he was killed. He's got a giant chisel in the side of his forehead, the side of his temple. But the detail they put into the dead body is just insane. Well, there's a bit of a glitch. He's just stuck up there now. He flew.
I think you got it.
Yeah, we'll be looting everything around here.
Follow me.
Taking out the enemies around here, and that'll be it for this stream. Do tune in tomorrow because I'll be doing another God of War stream tomorrow. Stay tuned to my channel tonight as well because there is another Spider-Man video on the way in the countdown to Spider-Man PS4. We have 7 days remaining. Super psyched, super hyped up for it. So be sure to check those out if you get a chance as well.
But where's the crystal?
Where am I going with this? Ah. So we got backwards 3, an upside down R, and an arrow. Still can't get over how realistic that dead body is. Even the beard sways in the wind.
The crystal! There it is!
Read it.
Sir! Demure offer back the sea spout.
Ah, yes. It was believed that Njord calmed the winds and seas for the fishermen. For that they loved and worshipped the year.
Looks like we're just going to be getting that crystal down then.
That did it.
If only the solution was that easy throughout the rest of the game. Just blowing everything up. Am I right, guys? It's such an easy solution to just blow things up. Ooh, realm tear. I'm gonna regret this. Or not. Dust of Realms. Need to get that. Okay, that's another. We just need the backwards 3 now. Ah. There we go. Alright, so on that note, folks, I think we are done for the stream. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank you all for your support and comments. And most of all, I want to thank you for staying tuned in for the whole 2 hours of the stream. I really do appreciate it. It's so appreciated. As I've said throughout the stream, stay tuned in for my channel because I'm doing this again tomorrow. There's some more Spider-Man PS4 videos coming, uploading cutscenes from all my previous Spider-Man videos. Doing one per day, so one every 24 hours. I've put them in a playlist on the channel, so be sure to check those out if you haven't already. If you're just tuning into the stream, if you're new to the channel, would appreciate a like and a subscribe. I would just thank you so much. I'm trying to go for 700 by the end of the year. Now then, that being said, this has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming, and I shall catch you all real soon.